Wagwan guys, if you've been an African freelancer on Upwork earning for years, or honestly anyone offering services on Upwork from anywhere in the world, you've probably noticed something quite painful, which is that getting new jobs on Upwork is becoming difficult and less frequent. Maybe you used to land 3 to 10 gigs a month, maybe even made hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years on Upwork, but now months go by and you barely substantially get new contracts. I recently got a handful of people telling me that they got zero. This keeps you as a freelancer wondering, what are you not getting right? Even though you've improved your skills, you've learned more about freelancing on Upwork and pushed your hustle even harder and harder. If you are in this situation or anything similar, I've made this video specifically with you in mind. So it's wise that you don't skip any part of this video. I am breaking down why Nigerian freelancers and freelancers globally are hitting this crazy wall on Upwork this year. First, the competition on Upwork is crazy right now. More people are signing up than ever before. I saw on Tech Cabal that Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa together have about 17.5 million freelancers online, remote workers included, some of which are on Upwork. Let's assume that 10% of these people are actually on Upwork. That is about 1.7 million freelancers out of about 18 million freelancers that are registered on Upwork. So do you see where I'm going with this conversation? There is a lot more people being aware, being sensitive, being orientated that, oh, you can make money online. There was some years that when I tell people I make money online, they look at me with this skepticism, like almost like, people that do Yahoo and cover up with other things. Do you get what I'm saying? So there is a lot of people fighting for the same job. Back then when I started, you would bid on maybe a writing job, design gig, and then you will see just maybe like 20 proposals and maybe like a bit more. As in, it was not as aggressive as this. Now, you see a job posted 5 minutes ago, it's already having 50 plus proposals, and maybe even 100 people have sent proposals. And some of these new folks are quoting crazily low rates to get noticed. A freelancer from Port Harcourt actually booked a call session with me. He used to charge about $25 an hour for web development, and now he's competing with people offering $5 for the same work, and he had to bring down his price to like a $10 to $15, since he feels that when clients sees those lower bids, they will think, why should I spend more? Do you get what I'm saying? The second reason why getting jobs on Upwork has become more difficult is that AI is actually coming for your jobs. Tools like ChatGPT, Descript, Canva, and MidJourney are making clients think they don't need freelancers for some tasks anymore. So I had this client from the US who used to pay me for video editing, graphic design, small tasks like that almost weekly. Simply tasks like Instagram post design and stuff like that. I was making about maybe $100 to $400 steadily from only him monthly. Then one day it occurred to me that I have not heard from him in months. So I checked his social media and see that he is attempting and learning to use AI tools to do things I do for him before. Yes, the quality is not as good as what I used to do for him, but since it is cheaper for him and manageable, like the result is of manageable or presentable quality for him, so he just go on with that. So I lose one of my clients. Yeah, he still gives me some projects when he needs something more sophisticated, something more complex, something more quality. He still gives me projects, but not as frequently as before, and that's fine. So that is the reality for a lot of freelancers. So I saw a 2023 study that actually shows that there has been a 33% drop in writing jobs on Upwork after ChatGPT became mainstream. And in 2025, it even got worse. But don't worry, I will show you how to fix this in a bit. Now, let's talk about Upwork itself. The platform is starting to feel like a pay-to-play setup in recent years, and it's hitting freelancers real hard. Most of Upwork's new policy are not really favorable for freelancers. Though we understand that they are a company, they are trying to make profit and stay in the game. It's important for us freelancers too that they are able to stay afloat in business. Now, you need connect to bid for job, and good jobs can cost as high as 15 connects. If you convert 15 connects to the monetary equivalent, that means you're spending in the region of $2.60 to 70 something cents. Maybe let's approximate it to $3 for every job you bid for. Do you understand? So if you are not winning gigs after spending $3, like you are losing money, you would actually burn out as a freelancer and get discouraged from applying. That is not a good thing for freelancers. So there is this Upwork Freelancer Plus $20 per month plan for, in quotes, better visibility according to Upwork. It's like they are actually saying, hey, freelancers, pay us if you want to stand out. I am not calling Upwork out on this or calling them the bad guy, but they are definitely making it harder for freelancers who can't keep spending to stay in the game. So yeah, this is a bitter truth I'm going to tell you. Like, if you want to play the Upwork game now, you need to pay. You need to pay. Yeah, Upwork has become pay and go. Oh, and clients, some of them just don't vibe with Nigerian freelancers. I hate to say this, but with the report I have seen, I think it's real. You are delivering maybe top-notch services, but when they find out that you are Nigerian, they suddenly go quiet. I saw a freelancer on X, that's Twitter, who talked about how she lose a long-term client after they realized she was Nigerian. It is possible that, some freelancers actually switched location to US. You got the client with a US location, then now you switch back to Nigeria, and the client observes you are in Nigeria, and that could be the case. So same thing actually happened to another guy who said that a client ghosted him due to his location. I don't know how he's able to understand that it is specifically because of his location. However, if 2, 3, 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, 10 people are saying similar things, there is an element of truth to it. There could be other factors also in their specific cases, but it is not every client that is biased based on your location. Just know that, yes, some are. We can't be that. Freelancers in the Philippines, Bangladesh, Kenya, and other parts of Africa or third world countries will face similar biases. So just maybe with a different flavors. But against all odds, we are in this freelance hustle together, and I will hint you on how to turn your Upwork story around and start getting jobs in a way that you haven't had before. So client seems to also get more conservative with their money noticeably in the last 2 years with inflation and all that economic wahala all over the world. Companies are cutting budgets. So instead of hiring a freelancer for $50 an hour, which was my rate in 2022, they are going to places like India, Philippines, and the Colombias, where they can get rate as low as $5 to $7 a job. And some are actually using AI to skip hiring freelancers anywhere or even on Upwork altogether. Do you understand? So I saw a stat that said 49% of businesses are using freelancers to fill gaps, but many of them are super picky. They are chasing the cheapest option or super specialized skills. So if you are in a niche like web development, writing, that is not extremely niche, you might be scraping for the leftover in an oversaturated niche. So how do Upwork freelancers bounce back to winning more gigs? First, you've got to switch to high demand skills. Upwork's 2025 report says that demand for AI gigs like generative AI modeling are up to 220% higher in demand. Do you understand? And stuff like career coaching is up to like 74%. So if you are still doing basic writing or basic design, you are actually in a tough spot. Check out free courses on YouTube or Coursera for AI prompt engineering, N8N, and things like data annotation or machine learning, some more complex things. You understand? Things may not even be as hard as it sounds, and it puts you in, when some of these new niches, it puts you in a new water with a lot of fish. So it's easier for you to fish, and there are less fishermen competing with you. Do you understand my parable? Is that parable? Whatever it is, you understand, right? at this point, hit the like button and comment. Yeah, it's not too cool that you listen to this conversation, or we have this conversation from beginning to end and you are not participating. So that's, some people book a session with me, book a 15-minute call, and then we are talking and they say, oh, they follow every of my video, and I was like, oh, I've never seen your comments. Although there's no compulsion, but it just makes you visible to me as I am visible to you. So just find a thing to comment. So let's proceed. Another thing you should do is to revisit your Upwork profile, or better still, have a pro like myself or your friend take a look at it for you. You can use keywords like AI content specialist or data-driven designer to cache client searches, because some of those words are actually hot in Upwork search right now. So if you are worried about location biases, focus on your skills and reviews, not where you are from. Or watch my video where I actually discuss how freelancers change location. So you remember Ada that I was talking about, that freelancer I mentioned earlier. I reviewed our Upwork profile to highlight our UX design niche. She made amend and then start getting gigs after about a month or thereabout. Even from clients that, according to her, she described them as they were skeptical at first working with her, but then they ended up working with her. So whether you are in Lagos, New York, Mumbai, or Toronto, anywhere in the world, having a killer proposal, having a killer profile is actually your ticket to winning jobs. So attach proofs backing every claim you make in your proposal when you are sending your proposal on Upwork. So you should also try to write proposals that actually show that you understand clients' project, mention their specific needs, and flex proofs that you've solved similar problem before. Clients actually love proof a lot, and don't waste connect on jobs with 50 plus proposals already, or jobs that are not perfect match for you. So now let me also talk about something: diversifying your freelance and online earning means. As Upwork is not the only option, leveraging other platforms like LinkedIn has actually helped me land a ghostwriting project with a client in the US that has actually earned me on that single project about $3,000 over a year period. I post other ways to make money here on this channel, such as I once talked about Tesla, even YouTube. Now I think I posted a video recently where I was encouraging you, and you should check out that video to start a YouTube channel too. Content creation is something else. The content economy is actually growing also very fast, and you can make money from it steadily. And when talking about freelancing, Upwork is not the only freelance platform. I was on Fiverr before, and I know someone who makes a lot of money from Fiverr. I think if you watch the freelance podcast, the podcast session of this channel, you can go to these channels and check out for the podcast session. You'll see some people I've spoken with. I think I spoke with Saik and Kristen. They focus on Fiverr. They don't really focus on Upwork. So if you are in Nigeria, India, or anywhere in the world, start reaching out to clients outside of Upwork too. This is important. So if you are feeling this video that I've shared with you, you can also share with your freelance guy, that WhatsApp group of creatives. They would actually find this valuable. Drop a comment. What is the biggest Upwork struggle you are facing right now? I want to hear it. So I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Bye-bye.